Hi, I'm Lam. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the Gris Dior Christian Dior Paris fragrance. Let's go. Before we begin, make sure you consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already and like my content. I post videos about fragrances, makeup, skincare, beauty, and I post every single week. So make sure you consider that. If you're already subscribed, make sure you click the bell notification button so you will be notified whenever I post a new video. Links to similar videos or same videos in this Dior fragrance series will be in the description box below. Alright, with that all out of the way, let's get started. Today we are talking about Gris Dior. It's part of the Dior Privé, which is the private blend of fragrance, more high-end than their normal designer fragrances like Savage or like J'adore. This is a step up. So this is part of the Discovery set that has 8 fragrances and I'm reviewing it today. We are going to dive into the information of this fragrance, the notes, the experience I have with it. I have written a lot of notes down in here, and then we are going to talk about alternatives or other fragrances from other brands in my collection that reminds me of this. So maybe if you have them already, you might want to consider not having this in addition to it, or you will have a better understanding of how this smells like if in case you cannot find it in store in your area. There are 3 different sizes. There is the smallest size for 1.5 ounces for $100 US, 4.5 ounces for $250, and 8.5 ounces for $350. The bigger size you buy, the cheaper the value is going to be. So I would recommend getting the Discovery set like me. This is a 10 ml, I believe, or 7 ml. You will get a better idea of what the fragrance smells like and if you like it enough to purchase like the full size. It is a signature fragrance that is closely tied to the history of Dior Couture. The fragrance is olfactory expression of Dior Grey, the now iconic color Christian Dior loved. It's supposed to have citrus top notes enveloped in a floral accord and set against a backdrop of ambery moss. An intense fragrance that makes a strong, recognizable statement, always with elegance, and leaves a compelling trail. Let's see if that's true. I got all my fragrance notes as usual from fragrantica.com. With this fragrance, I couldn't find on Fragrantica the top, the middle, and the base notes, but it's just kind of all in one. So in this fragrance, we have oak moss, rose, patchouli, bergamot, amber, cedar, and sandalwood. And with my background of knowledge, not much of fragrances, I can guess that bergamot is probably the opening note, which means you will smell it first. And then we will have rose, gonna be the middle note, and the base are going to be the oak moss, amber, cedar, and the wood, patchouli. And those will keep a fragrance last longer on your skin or on your clothes. And with this fragrance, let me use it so we can go through the whole experience together. So with this sample in particular, it doesn't have a spray. Tap it lightly on my pulse. Oh my god, beautiful, beautiful. The opening is very bright and inviting and warm. It's not so sweet. It's a little bit sweet, but it's more floral and more refreshing and warm than sweet. It's a warm floral. It's not a super fresh opening. It's more of a warm, classy, very feminine floral opening. And as it dries down, which is probably like 10 minutes, 5 minutes after you initially put it on, the wood will show up more. So like the cedar, the sandalwood will come out more to play. You will be able to sense it more. And the initial warmth of the fragrance will go down a little bit. It's not going to be as warm as the beginning. And in my opinion, this seems to be a pretty simple fragrance. It doesn't develop into something crazy, or like every time you wear it, you don't just pick up things here and there. They all blend well together, don't get me wrong though. It's just, yeah, it's not complex. It's a very simple and straightforward experience. Even if you keep spraying it on, it will just get to moderate, a solid middle ground of moderate projection. You will be able to smell yourself throughout the day, but it's not going to be intense. And I don't think you will be able to bother people who have sensitivity to fragrances. I don't think you will offend them if you just put on a very small amount. And the longevity is the weakness of this fragrance. On the website, they say that it's supposed to be a very intense fragrance, but I have to disagree. I don't think it's the most intense fragrance. The first 3 hours is the strongest of this fragrance. You will get the full experience. And then after that, it gets very light, and it lasts about 5 to 6 hours, which is very decent. But after 3 hours, it's going to be very light. And after 6 hours, it's almost like gone. It's not even a skin scent anymore, it's gone. Given how expensive it is, that really makes me hesitate to purchase the full size, because with this kind of a price tag, I would expect it to last a little bit longer, more like 2 or 3 hours longer. If you have the same opinion as me, let me know in the comment section below. But I know that for some people, they like the experience more than the longevity. They'd rather use a fragrance that smells stunning and not be bothered with the longevity. They can just buy a smaller atomizer, I think that's how those are called, and just spray on more during the day. But that's just, when I pay a lot of money, I kind of expect a little bit more longevity out of a fragrance. That's just my preference, and I tend to like more strong fragrances. I like more of a beast mode kind of fragrance and bigger projection, and this doesn't have that. Reminds me of La Vie Belle from Lancome. I have a review for that fragrance. I'll link up here in the description box. It is very similar vibe to La Vie Belle in terms that it is a warm and a floral, but it doesn't have the sweetness that La Vie Belle has. And that sweetness of La Vie Belle helps it last much longer. Another alternative would be Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. Blooming Bouquet doesn't have the warmth though that Gris Dior has, and it probably has a little bit more floral notes that this doesn't have, but they are kind of in the same family. I'm giving you these alternatives in case you already have them. You will know what Gris Dior smell like. And another alternative is Kayali Citrus 08. I would say Citrus 08 is a more intense version of Gris Dior because this is much stronger. It also has bergamot, it also has roses. Also, same case as the Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet, it doesn't have the warmth that the Gris Dior has. Finally, this is a strange alternative. It reminds me of English Pear and Freesia cologne from Jo Malone, London. English Pear and Freesia has some kind of a warm note, so it gives that very cozy feeling, similar in the Gris Dior, and it's also a fairly floral fragrance, similar kind of performance. It doesn't last very long, although I would say Gris Dior lasts a little longer than Freesia and English Pear, but they give very similar warm floral kind of vibe. So those are the alternative. Overall, I like this fragrance. It's good for all year round and all kind of occasion, daytime, nighttime, fairly light. So if you go light-handed on it, you won't be offended by the smell. If you are sensitive to scent, I think you will be able to pull this off. It's a very light floral scent with a little bit of woodiness at the base. I've heard some people saying that it can smell very old-fashioned and grandma-ish. I personally don't think so. I think this is very sophisticated, and because it is lighter, it doesn't feel like grandma kind of smell, which is really strong and in your face, in my opinion. This is not like that. That's all I have for this fragrance. Let me know in the comment section below if you have it. What do you think of it? Or are you going to purchase it after this video? Have your opinion changed? Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. I will see you in my next one. Until next time, please don't flop.